Welcome back to the Being Found show. Now, right now what I'm doing, well, I'm alone. My whole team left me. No Sean, no Chauncey. Apparently they have better things to do on a weekend, or especially a holiday weekend. As a matter of fact, I didn't even realize it was a holiday weekend, so they know something I don't. Either that or I fired them, which isn't true. Okay, so our goal is to pull back the green curtain and make all this stuff make sense around the internet. And we want to make so that you, local business, can put the internet to work for yourself instead of against you. So whenever I come across really helpful videos or articles, I like to share them with you. Now, what's really neat is Shopify, which is a e-commerce platform, which is growing out of control. And I mean in a good way. Shopify is a great way right now for you as a local business to get your products online and sell them. It's a website or a store builder. It's really inexpensive. But anyway, Shopify is really doing a lot to help businesses figure this stuff out. And so they have training courses. I've come across this training course, E-commerce SEO 101, SEO as in search engine optimization. There's a lady named Helen Overland who's doing these videos. She appears to be from searchenginepeople.com. I think she's doing a great job. As a matter of fact, I'm a little jealous when somebody can explain the internet so clearly, and it takes me 2 whole hours to get one point out. So what I want to do is I want to play another one, a little excerpt from another one of her videos. This one is key things to look out for. Now, this is really interesting because she's going to talk about the penalties that, or the mistakes that you can make that would make so Google actually doesn't want to share your website. And these are mistakes that pretty much anybody who's been around the internet or been following it all Google, they end up asking me about them. Things like panda and penguin and duplicate content and those kind of things. So I think she does a great job explaining it. So I'm going to go ahead and play that video. And, always stop by beingfound.com. Tell me what you think. Give us a call. Tell me if you don't like what we're sharing or somehow I've got something wrong. I want to hear it, good or bad. But anyways, here we go. Let's get this going.
So when you're doing SEO and you're starting off doing SEO on your website, one of the things that causes some concern is the potential for getting hit by some kind of penalty or for going awry of Google's rules. So let's talk a little bit about some of those rules and some of the ways people do get into trouble when they get a little bit aggressive on their SEO. So one of the things that people sometimes do is they will get really aggressive in terms of the number of links that they're creating to their website. Yes, links will help you rank as long as they're high quality, relevant links. But when you start getting links on websites that have nothing to do with you, for example, if you sell earrings and you're getting links off of jogging sites, that's not really a relevant link. If you get too many irrelevant links, if you start going into people's blog posts and spamming their blog comments with links back to your site, if you get caught buying or selling links on your website, or if you hire somebody to do link building for you and they do it in a way that's just not above board, that's just not in the way that is helpful to Google searchers, then you could get hit by a penalty. For example, one of these penalties is called the penguin penalty. Now, one of the ways that you can get your site ranking in search engines for specific keywords is to create links back to your website that use the anchor text of the keyword you're trying to rank for. Now, the anchor text is that word that you click on in the link, the actual link words. And what people were doing, which is why Google created the penguin penalty, is they were creating thousands of links back to their website, all using the same anchor text because they wanted to rank for that number one keyword. So what this did is this obviously was encouraging spam to happen in order to help people rank better in search results. And that's not really what Google wants to encourage. So they created something called the penguin penalty. Basically, if you get too many links to your website, and it really has to be too many links. You're going to know when you have too many links to your website.
Okay, let's stop there for a second. Are you going to know if you have too many links to your website? Do you even know what links are linking to your website? Did you know you can know? There are tools out there like Moz, MOZ.com, Alexa.com. Interestingly enough, Alexa is made by Amazon, or excuse me, not made by Amazon, was purchased by Amazon, and is a great tool that will actually tell you which sites link to you. Now, what they do is they crawl the internet and they store that up. But also, there's a free tool we talk about all the time. It's actually made by Google. It's called Google Webmaster Tools or Google Console. Same thing. Google Console, Google Webmaster Tools. That is a completely free tool. Your web developer or yourself, if you're savvy, would put a little snippet of code in your site, and now that tool starts to track what's going on with your site and the rest of the internet. That's the amazing thing about this tool. Google Analytics and other tools will show you what's happening when someone hits your site, but what happens out there in the search world, what happens out on Google results page, and Google Webmaster Tools will tell you that. And one of the things it'll tell you is links to your site. So you can actually go into Google Webmaster Tools and you can look for that. And again, we'll always help you find Google Webmaster Tools or get Google Webmaster Tools into your site. If for some reason you're having a problem with that, it's no problem. It's free. We'll just help you get it in right away. Don't even worry about it. You can always check us out at beingfound.com or give us a call and we'll handle that for you. But it's a super important tool and you need to do that. All right, let's get back into the video.
All using the same keyword that's not your brand name over and over and over, then you might get hit by the penguin penalty. So one thing that, to watch out for is when you're building links, a lot of your links should be to your brand name or should be to your URL. That should be the anchor text, the clickable words in the links back to your website. If you have far more links to keywords to your website than you have to your brand name, then you might be at risk of the penguin penalty. And what happens is you simply stop ranking for those keywords that you have too many links for. So don't go overboard. Always try to make sure that the links you're building into your website have actual value. That somebody going from that website where you're getting the link to your website would actually say to themselves, oh, that's an interesting site I just found, or an interesting store I just found. So that's one way to stay on the right side of Google's rules when it comes to link building. Now, when it comes to content, one of the problems that Google ran into a few years ago is something called duplicate content. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's when content or text is copied on multiple different websites. So this used to be a big problem a few years ago when people were going to other people's websites, copying their content, putting it on their own website, and then ranking their own website using the stolen content. So obviously this was encouraging spam, and Google doesn't want to encourage spam. So in 2011, Google started penalizing sites that publish content belonging to somebody else. So this is why it's important to write your own product descriptions. And this is why it's important to write unique content just for you.
Okay. I don't know if you're like me, but if you have 5,000 products, 1,000 products, or 100 products, or even 10 products, if you're listening to this show and you just went, what? I don't even like to write, or which is why I do a radio show, because I don't want to write a blog. Or I don't have the time. I don't have the time to write this stuff. I have 1,000 products. There's no way I can write out content. Okay, let's just step back for a second and realize that you don't have to do it all at once. Basically, what she's pointing out here is that Google gets it. They know that you may not want to write all your content, and so they know that if you can, and if your manufacturer allows you to use content they're already using, that you will. And for Google, that's all worthless content because their user, why not just send them to your original manufacturer? Why even send them to you? And so also when she's talking about spamming or being extra content on the internet, Google doesn't need to index 4,700 times that the same product has the same description in 4,700 different websites. It needs new content. So you got to do this, but you don't have to do it all at once. Do just one product. Just do one product a week or a month. And I got to tell you, there's all kinds of ways to have people from Fiverr. There's something called Fiverr.com or Upwork or Guru.com or Freelance.com. Those are all places where you can hire writers, and you can hire them for inexpensive. Some of them will do it for $5, $10, $20 per product. So you don't even have to do it. So, but don't look at your whole list of products and think, oh my gosh, I got to do this for all of them. Just do the ones that are selling the most, or the first 2 or 3 or 1 or whatever, and then get them online, get them on a web page, get them out there where Google can find them. But take her advice and make it unique content. Okay, we are up against the time here. We're coming to our next break. I so appreciate you listening. I hope this is helpful. You are listening to the Being Found Show, and we'll be right back.